Hi guys, it's Broken Bexy, and I'm just a girl with a broken body who wants to make a positive difference in other people's lives while also trying to live my best life. Today, I thought I would give you guys some important awareness dates for the month of May so that we can, one, be aware of these dates, and two, so that we can help spread awareness. Um, I will say that these are Australian dates, so some of them are worldwide, some of them are national to Australia. I just went onto the government website and looked at all the awareness dates from there. I will make sure to link in the description box the site that I got these dates from and all the correlating sites that have got more information on each of these topics, I guess, and where it's got more information about different like events and donations and all of that information, and that will be all in the
That will be in
all of that information will be linked in the description below. So I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of some of the dates and everything. I know that I knew of some dates throughout the year, but there's been ones that I have found through doing research for this that I wasn't aware of, that I really want to raise awareness for, and that either affect me directly or people that I know of or are really great causes. So I'm not sure what the dates are for the rest of the world or anything like that, but I'm sure that there are sites out there that will give you the information that you need, and that goes with any of the ones that are nationwide for Australia. I'm sure that there are awareness dates for them for other countries. I just don't know what they are. I don't really know where to search, but I'm guessing if our government pages have got that information, then other government pages will also have that information. So just have a look, see what you can find. It's always, well, I always feel like it's good to know all sorts of things, and I like doing research on this sort of stuff and finding out when the awareness dates are so that I can try and do my bit in creating awareness. That's what my whole, one of the biggest things about what this channel's for, what my blog's for, what just different things that I speak out about is my Instagram page, all that is I want to create awareness for the chronically ill and all of that sort of stuff, as well as helping people who are dealing with that to feel less alone, and that there's people out there that understand, and that there's people out there who can help support you. So for the first one for May is for the entire month of May. So this isn't just like a couple of days throughout May, it is for the entire month, and it is Medication Dependence Prevention Month, and it is nationwide in Australia. Also, I will say that if I'm looking to the side, down to the side, it's because it's got my computer there with a little bit of information about each one and what that dates actually are and all of that, because with fibro fog, I would forget all of the information and I wouldn't be able to share any of it with you. So, at the moment in Australia, more people are dying of some sort of dependence on prescription painkillers and sedative medications than there are people dying on our roads. And that's pretty mind-blowing to me, because there's a lot of people dying on our roads. Our roads need to be, something needs to be done about that, because there's too many people dying on our roads. And to hear that there's more people dying of from using prescription painkillers and sedatives, yeah, it just blew my mind that that is happening. And so what the whole awareness month is for is to raise awareness about preventing harm and finding community support with people who are dependent on prescriptions and medications. So what they're doing is, on all social media, they're using the hashtag Prevention Month, and basically medication dependence can happen to anyone who is using prescription, well, certain types of pain and sedative medications for more than a few weeks. So what they're wanting to do through this month is to use that hashtag Prevention Month to start conversations about what it is, and about if you know people, what signs you saw, and to sort of keep it in the back of people's minds of when they have a loved one who does have to use these pain and sedative medications, that they can keep an eye out on how they are going while they are using it. The second awareness day is from the 5th to the 11th of May, and it is Motherless Daughters Awareness Week. So it is again a nationwide awareness week for Australia. What their mission is, let me find it. It's to support women through the everyday and those who are facing or have already faced life's milestones without the support of their mum. I'm sure everyone can agree that our mums are pretty incredible people, and I think it's kind of fitting that they have this awareness day in May around the time that we have Mother's Day. So it can be tough. I lost my dad when I was 17, so I know how tough it is to not have a parent in your life, and I know how hard it is around Father's Day in particular, his anniversary and his birthday. Those 3 dates in particular are really hard, because it's reminders that they're not there, that they're not there for your life milestones. They're not there as a person to go to when you are needing someone to talk to, someone to give you advice, someone to tell you when you're being an idiot. And especially daughters and their mothers have an incredible bond. Our mothers are the ones that we go to for most advice, because they are women themselves. They have been through what we may be going through or what we are going to go through, and it would be really, really tough. I am so scared of losing my mum, because she is my best friend. She is the one when I go to when I have something amazing to share. She is the one I go to when I am having a really tough time, when I need just a little bit of encouragement, someone to just talk absolute rubbish with, someone to play cards with, have a coffee with. She is my go-to person, and I would be absolutely lost without her. So would every single person in my family. She is the absolute glue of our family, and I understand that some people do not have relationships like what we do with our mum, but I know a lot of people have got good relationships with their mum, and if they were to lose them, it would be extremely tough, and you can probably understand. Even if you don't have a great relationship with your mum, it can bring about a sense of loss to you as well, that you've lost that person that should be guiding you, that should be that go-to person. And if you don't have a good relationship, whatever the reason may be, it can bring on that sense of loss to you. So I think this is a really important awareness week that people should get behind. Obviously, everyone has mothers somewhere, whether they're with us and have a good relation with, whether they're still around and you don't have a good relationship with them, or if they're gone and you have had to face life without them. So they just listen, they guide, they advise, they empathize from one woman to another, and they create support networks to help them gain a hope for the future, that all is not lost, that they aren't alone, and all of that sort of stuff. So and they don't only just support the daughters who have lost their mothers, they also extend their help to young fathers of young women who are experiencing the loss of their mother, which is absolutely incredible, because that can be so hard on both the daughter and the father who have lost their mother early, and it's up to the father now to raise this young daughter, and through all her milestones and everything like that, without having the guidance of his partner or whoever it may be, without that mother to give that advice to the daughter. And they need to, there's things that they don't know or understand on how to talk about with their daughters, because women and men are different, and there's some men are uncomfortable about talking about things and all of that. So it's great that they extend support to those fathers of young girls who have lost their mothers, because they need it. The third date is the 7th of May, and it is World Asthma Day. So this is worldwide. With this one, I will link the Asthma Australia page, but other countries will have their own pages and what they're doing and events and information and all of that. So I'm sure a lot of people know what asthma is. It's a long-term lung condition. They have sensitive airways and in their lungs, which react to triggers, and the muscles around the airway squeeze tight. They swell and they become narrow, and it makes it harder to breathe. You can have mild asthma or really full-on asthma, and it's really difficult. So 11% of the population of Australia actually have asthma. Approximately 400 Australians die per year from asthma. 39,500 Australians are hospitalised. Only 24% of the people with asthma have an asthma action plan. 52% of people are at a higher risk. 62% of young people have poorly controlled asthma, and 52% are at a higher risk of mental illness. I think this goes with any chronic illness condition like you're obviously going through a lot. Your body is not working in the way that it's supposed to, and it does make it quite difficult, and it takes a toll on you mentally. So that's not really a surprising statistic to me, because
just because.
So the fourth date is from the 11th of May to the 17th of May. And this one is something that is quite personal to me, because it is something that I live with daily, and it is the ME and CFS Awareness Week. So I'm going to try and say what it is. I am not going to try and say that it is the correct way of saying it, because I don't know how to say it. So it's myalgic encephalomyelitis, or ME. We'll go with ME, or it is also known as chronic fatigue syndrome. So basically, this is another nationwide Australian Awareness Week. It is a complex, multi-system neuroimmune condition with a multitude of symptoms related to the dysfunction of the brain, gastrointestinal system, immune system, endocrine and cardiac systems. I hope I said them right. So, again, it's to create awareness of what it is, and in ways that you can help, whether you can donate, all of that sort of stuff. And that seems like such an easy way to describe it, and it doesn't even begin to scratch the surface. So, and it's not one of those diseases, or not diseases, but illnesses where it's like, oh, I just feel too tired to go into work, which a lot of people try to make it seem like. It is so hard. You're in pain. You're constantly bone achingly tired, like literally bone achingly tired, where you cannot function, where you cannot move because you are just too tired. It is a messed up gut. So bad. It's a lot, and I don't even know how to describe it. And I will do a video on like what it is, and I'll do proper research into it and how to describe it and all of that sort of stuff. But right now, I'm just talking about dates. So the next one is the 16th of May, and it is Hay Day. So HAE Day. And then it is worldwide, and it is, I don't know how to say this word either, hereditary angioedema. It's a rare, chronic, potentially life-threatening genetic condition resulting in a deficiency in C1 inhibitor protein. So estimates of the occurrence of HAE is 1 in 50,000 people, with roughly the same frequency in men and women. So chronic fatigue syndrome, which I spoke about just before, it is more common in women than it is in men. They're not sure why. But this one it affects men and women equally. It's sort of just, they have the same amount of people, men or women. Most patients experience their first attack during childhood or adolescence. Hay symptoms include episodes of swelling in various body parts, including the hands, feet, face, genitalia, abdomen, and airway. Patients often have bouts of severe abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, which is caused by swelling in the intestinal wall. Airway swelling is particularly dangerous and can lead to death by asphyxiation. Medical help should always be sought immediately after an event of an airway swelling. So, it's pretty full on. So the more awareness of that is always good, because obviously, like, the more people that know about it, the more people that can recognize symptoms and all that sort of stuff. So obviously, if somebody is having a attack, I guess, and they're not able to express that they're having an attack, and they're out with people that don't know, or that aren't unaware of their condition, if more people are aware of it, they might be able to help respond more appropriately than people who have no idea what it is. The next dates are the 19th to the 25th of May, and it is National Palliative Care Week, and this is nationwide across Australia. So my hope is that not many people have had somebody that they know been in palliative care, but I kind of hope that people do know what it is, because it's important. Palliative care is person and family centered care provided for a person with an active, progressive, advanced disease who has little to no prospect of cure and who is expected to die, and for whom the primary goal is to optimize the quality of life. So basically, somebody has a progressive advanced disease, so they're at the tail end of cancer or whatever it may be, and they basically, what they do is they provide care to the person and their family in the most comfortable way possible, and just ensure that their last days are as comfortable and of quality as they possibly can, so that makes it as comfortable as they can for their last few days on earth. So it's palliative care is care that it helps people live their lives as fully and comfortably as possible when living with a life-limiting or terminal illness. It's an annual awareness raising week organised by Palliative Care Australia. And this year, their theme is what matters most. So it's putting forward that question to spark conversations about what does matter most in the last days, and creating awareness of what palliative care is and what they do, and hoping to, I guess, inspire people to donate so that they can continue to do the amazing work that they do. The next day is, and this is the last day, 30th of May, and it is World MS Day. It is worldwide, obviously. It is raising awareness for the invisible symptoms and unseen impact of MS. So this year their theme is My Invisible MS. So they're using that hashtag everywhere, and it's basically to create visibility for an invisible illness. Anyone with chronic illnesses will know that a lot of your symptoms are invisible and you look a-okay, when really your whole body's burning up on the inside, or like going up in flames, I guess. So it will raise awareness for the invisible symptoms of MS and the unseen impact of MS on quality of life. So MS is multiple sclerosis, is a condition of the central nervous system, interfering with nerve impulses within the brain, spinal cord, and optic nerves. It is characterized by sclerosis, a Greek word meaning scars. These scars occur within the central nervous system, and depending on where they develop, manifest into various symptoms. It affects over 25,600 people in Australia and more than 2 million diagnosed worldwide. Now, with that, I will say that it takes a lot to get diagnosed with MS. So there are definitely a lot more people than 2 million in the world with MS, but they just haven't gotten diagnoses yet. That's 2 million is the diagnosed number. Most people are diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 40, but it can affect younger and older people. Roughly 3 times as many women have MS as men. So like I said about the heyday, that word that I couldn't remember, I'll probably write it somewhere, but they have, it's equal between, their numbers are roughly equal between men and women, but MS and chronic fatigue syndrome and fibro and all of that sort of stuff, it's usually a lot more common in women than it is in men. So MS is roughly 3 times as many women as men. And that is all the dates for May 2019. If one of these or all of these have some sort of relevance in your life, whether it's somebody that you know, somebody that you've heard of, or yourself who have been affected by any of these things, make sure that you just help spread awareness. Obviously, you don't have to if you don't want to. This is something that I am passionate about, and that's why I wanted to make this video, so that I could help other people be more aware of the important dates of May, and to encourage other people to do their bit in raising awareness, even if you just put up the hashtag or whatever it may be. You don't, or share a link where people can donate. You don't have to do much. It's just putting that word out there that these things do exist, and it might encourage other people to have a look into it. Share the link, share the hashtag, whatever it may be. And the more people that do that, the more awareness that they get, the more donations they get to continue doing what they do, and to make sure that there is better care provided in the future to people who are suffering from these things. I think I'm going to be doing these kind of videos every month, just so that it can help spread more awareness for more things, because where can we go wrong if we're spreading more awareness? It can only help people. It's not going to hurt anyone else. It's just going to help people. So remember to check out all the links in the description below. If you're not from Australia or whatever, and you would like to see if there's something you can do in your country about it, just make sure you just type in whatever thing it may be and search in your country and see what they've got going on. If you like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment about what you think. If you want more information on any of these awareness days, on what they are, what they stand for, I'm happy to do another video on them. Just let me know. check out my other videos, see if they're things that you like as well. I do story times on Sundays and I do wellness videos on Wednesdays. So if that's something that you are interested in, make sure you press the subscribe button. I always get tripped up on that. The subscribe button, and turn on the bell notifications so that you never miss a video from me, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye.